Circles have special properties which make them keep occurring in nature and in human designs. In mathematics, a perfect circle is defined as a plane figure, or two-dimensional figure, whose boundary, the circumference, consists of points that are all an equal distance from a single point. The point is the center of the circle, and the distance from it to the boundary is the radius. To construct a circle, the only piece of information you need to draw it is the radius, which you can set on a pair of compasses to the required length. Unlike other two-dimensional figures, we only need to know the radius to be able to show that two circles are exactly the same, or congruent. The shape is always the same. Okay, let's define some important terms relating to the circle. The circle divides the plane into three parts: the interior of the circle, the set of all points that form the circle, and the exterior of the circle. The circumference of the circle is the set of all the points at a certain distance from the center. The diameter is a line segment drawn through the center of the circle, with its endpoints on the circumference, and it remains the same length no matter where it is drawn. The diameter also divides the circle into two semicircular regions. A radius is a line segment joining the center to any point on the circumference. Its length is always half of the diameter. If we have two radii like so, the area of the circle and part of the circumference which is enclosed by them would be a sector. In fact, as you can see, two radii would actually divide the circle into two sectors. The minor sector is the smaller area and the major sector the larger. A chord is a line segment that has both of its endpoints on the circle's circumference. The chord divides the circle into regions called segments. The smaller segment is the minor segment and the larger the major segment. The chord also divides the circumference into portions called arcs. The smaller arc is called the minor arc and the larger one the major arc. And there you have it. These are all the parts of a circle. A tangent to a circle is a line outside the circle that touches the circle at one point only. AC is a tangent to the circle, touching it at point B. Tangents can be drawn at any point on a circle. A tangent is always perpendicular at 90 degrees to the radius at the point it is touching. If we move this tangent so it's no longer perpendicular to the radius, it would intersect the circle at more than one point and no longer be a tangent. Instead, it becomes a secant. A secant is a line that intersects a circle at 2 points. Concentric circles are two or more circles with the same center but different radii. They fit inside each other, like the ripples that can be seen when an object is dropped into water. Concentric circles never touch each other or intersect. Circles can only intersect each other when they don't share the same center. When two circles overlap, they intersect at 2 points, and only ever at a maximum of 2 points. You can try this out yourself by drawing some intersecting circles. A chord is a line segment that joins 2 points on the circumference of a circle. There can be an infinite number of chords on a circle. The further a chord is from the circle's center, the shorter it is. The closer a chord is to the center, the longer it is. The longest chord of a circle is its diameter, which is the same as a chord passing through the center of the circle. The chord's endpoints also define two arcs of the circle, the minor arc and the major arc. When the chord is the diameter, the major and minor arcs are the same length and are called semicircular arcs.